Sean with Voices of White River Yacht Club, and I have Daniel Klemen. Daniel, how you doing today?
Doing all right, Sean. How you doing?
All right, so I was able to help out for the Celebration of Life in a few ways, and originally it was Kevin Williams that connected us. Had you at that point seen any of the interviews and knew kind of what I'd been doing for the club?
I had not up until that point. I've only been to maybe one other sort of celebration of life at the yacht club too. So I haven't really been too exposed to these types of events to begin with. So yeah.
Well, Kevin was one of the individuals that I'd interviewed him about the club along with the others. And when we got on the phone originally, I know that you had a few concerns with wanting to make it, not too intrusive and being able to get interviews from people that knew your father. And I know your mom wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be all up in people's faces. But how did you think that original conversation go as far as planning the event and what was going to get executed?
Yeah, I mean, basically you hit it on the head. We were trying to find that balance of, trying to leave some space for Keith Claghorn and the band to kind of run the show and kind of MC the event and all that stuff. We wanted to kind of keep the focus up there, and we didn't necessarily want a camera or sort of testimonials kind of walking around and distracting from some of the stuff that, he had planned for that event to begin with. So I think we found a great balance of all that. You guys were just kind of towards the back and kind of out of the focal point a little bit, and allowed the event to sort of shine and speak for itself. So I think that went great.
Yeah, we were able to interview also your father's brothers and some other people in the family, as well as a lot of people that knew him for a long time and had a lot of good things to say. I think it ended up being around 45 minutes, kind of going a little bit more in depth of telling some good stories. And then we also were able to showcase the speeches as well as the songs and your dad's favorite phrases that they incorporated in the song, which I thought was pretty funny, and also the bands. But do you think your mom overall and your brothers overall, from being able to watch what we produced, was, up to par as far as to their liking?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, my mom loved it. I obviously loved the videos too. I mean, we were really busy. They were up towards the front, kind of focused on everything. And I was really busy kind of meandering, talking, socializing with some people that I haven't really seen in a while too, which was amazing. But yeah, being able to kind of replay some of the moments that maybe I wasn't focused on, or maybe I wanted to kind of replay replay back home. Especially, the custom song with the Johnisms and all that stuff, which I knew was a big point that we were trying to get on camera. But yeah, just having the flexibility for some people to be able to step inside and kind of have that more intimate moment of, just one-on-one with the camera to kind of open up and share some of these stories, I think allowed for, a larger range of people to kind of share essentially. So I think that was a good mix of things.
I think that the number one thing, people aren't comfortable being interviewed, but if you let them know that you're just going to have a conversation and kind of lead them through some questions and conversation, and it's not that pressured, I think that's what, afterwards people are like, that really wasn't that bad. And it's, it's kind of the point, is be able to make it comfortable. It could be for a celebration of life, or even a wedding or memorial or birthday, or, anniversary or whatever it is. But, I was very glad how it all turned out and how a lot of people did share. And I think it ended up being like an hour for the celebration of life. Let's call it movie, and it's like 45 for the interviews. But I got to learn a lot about your dad. I'm sorry I wasn't able to actually meet him beforehand, but a lot of people love your dad and love your mom and are going to be looking out for you guys. And is there anything else you'd like to say to any of the members just about the process?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who did open up to share. I know, at least from my standpoint too, kind of to your point too, a little bit, Sean, I feel like people can maybe think that they're not qualified enough to share something about it, especially for an event like that where there are so many people there. And so, yeah, just pulling some people out to the side, or just kind of asking if they have a funny story here and there, and then getting that on camera was really special for us to kind of play back later. So it was nice.
Well, I was glad I was able to help, and I look forward to helping more members and families at the yacht club. And you should definitely watch some of the interviews with the members that have been done. I think you'd be very entertained.
Mhm.
And multiple also have talked not just about the family, but also about people that have now gone, and so their memories can live on and their stories can live on. And it's kind of the whole name of the thing of Voices Live On. But
Mhm.
anyway, Daniel, thank you for your time today, and just stay on the line. I'm going to close this one out.
Sounds good. Thank you, Sean.